Number 3, why do you hide your wife on socials? What's going on YouTube, it's Jason, and today we're going to be doing a Q&A style video. I said I'd do a Q&A when I hit 500 subscribers, and we did that last week. Thank you so much to everyone who supported so far. I appreciate each and every one of you. So what I did, I put up a question box on Instagram, ask me anything you like, that kind of thing. And I got back 10 questions, which I'm going to go through one by one. So the first question is, how many days do you train per week? Now, for those of you that have watched my last video, you know that I'm doing a bodybuilding competition in under 7 weeks time. So I'm currently training 6 days per week. I normally train 5, but with the time I have left, I need to lose as much fat as possible while keeping as much muscle as possible. And so I can't bring my calories too low. So I have to make up the rest of the deficit with activity. Second question, how do you feel Spurs would do without Kane? I'm a Tottenham fan, by the way. It's obviously a big miss. Kane has carried us through a lot of games. I am hoping for a top 10 finish. I don't think we're going to unravel. We do still have a lot of quality players and we have made some new signings. We do need to sign a striker. I do think it was a very weird decision to let Kane leave so late in the transfer window. We haven't got much time to replace him. I have a few ideas of who I'd like to replace him, but I guess I'm not the Spurs manager. So yeah, I'm hoping for a top 10 finish. We need to rebuild and hopefully we can do better in a couple of seasons' time. Number 3, why do you hide your wife on socials? Question mark, exclamation mark. What a question. For one, I don't hide my wife on socials. It's kind of a mutual agreement. She's not a massive fan of the limelight, so I try and keep her out of it. And I'm also quite private with my life anyway. I don't show everything to everyone. So, but she has been on a couple of things. Let's not pretend. You know, she's been on Instagram a little bit here and there on our anniversary stuff. She's been in 2 videos, I believe. She was in Singapore and she was also in my Santorini vlog because she was there. I definitely don't hide her. I just don't publicize her, if that makes sense. You all know I'm married, I wear my ring. Yep, I'm not hiding anything. Moving swiftly on, question number 4, how do you stay motivated? Great question. I have a video about this coming up. Essentially, there are 2 main things I rely on when it comes to staying motivated. The first is that I recognize that I'm human and that motivation is going to be up and down at various times. And so you can't really rely on motivation to get anything done. And the second thing is recognizing that motivation is not a feeling. Now, this is really important. A lot of people that are inconsistent with their training or their goals wait till they get the tinglies or butterflies in their stomach to do anything. But the way I see it, there are mundane things that need to be done that we don't rely on motivation for. So things like brushing your teeth, having a shower, going to work. You don't get up in the morning and go, do I feel like brushing my teeth today? Do I feel like going to work? If you did, especially with work, you'd be sacked because most of the time you'd probably end up snoozing your alarm. You kind of go into autopilot and just do what you have to do because you need to pay your bills. So I always tell clients, do what you need to do to get to where you need to be. And that's the same with motivation. If you believe enough in the goal you're trying to achieve, then you do what you need to get there. So don't buy into the motivation myth. No one, I repeat, no one is 100% motivated all the time. Moving on to question number 5, how do you protect yourself from injuries? Do you have a warm-up? Good question. Yes, I do have a warm-up. I tend to do a light warm-up on the cardio machines, and then I warm up doing a light set of the exercise that I'm about to do. So if I'm doing bench press, for example, I will do a weight that's about 30 to 40% of my max and do like 12 or 15 reps, and maybe do another set that's like 50% of my max for like 10 to 12 reps. And the second thing is training with proper form and not going too heavy. Now, people get very obsessed when it comes to weight training with getting stronger and pushing up the numbers. Now, these things are important when it comes to progressive overload, but you shouldn't just completely abandon your form just to chase the numbers and rub your ego. So yeah, in summary, light cardio, 1 or 2 warm-up sets on the exercise that you're about to do, and don't go too heavy. Remember, you're training muscle and not your ego. Question number 6, what made you go online? So long story short, I had a friend who was based in Manchester or Birmingham. I think this was back in 2018. And essentially he wanted help getting in shape. Obviously we'd never done the kind of online remote coaching thing before. At the time, all I'd done was face-to-face training, but I had the knowledge and experience and thought I'd give it a go. And he got in wicked shape, to be honest. And it always kind of was sitting there niggling at me, thinking, if I did it with one person, could I do it with more? And I did it I thought I'd just take a punt in January 2020. I thought I'd launched an online coaching platform, and I did it, and COVID hit 6 weeks later. So thank God for that. The timing was amazing. Question number 7, what's your views on keto? I think keto can be an effective weight loss tool. I do think it is an overhyped diet. It's made to look like the best thing since sliced bread, the fastest way to lose fat and all this stuff. I think my main concern with keto and with many other diets out there is the sustainability factor. Matter of fact, I will challenge you. Any keto warrior who's trying to convince you to get on keto, have a look at how long they've been doing keto for. You don't tend to find people that do keto for like 5 to 10 years consistently. They always end up taking a break or binging and going off the rails because it's not a realistic way to eat. I think people will be much better off adjusting their calories to match their activity, then working on their macros and keeping everything in their diet. That way you will build an effective and sustainable plan that you can keep up long term. Question number 8, what did you think of the Barbie film? Now I put this on socials the day I went to see this, and so I reckon someone's asking in response to that. I think the Barbie film was good. I think the Barbie film was well directed and funny. I would say if you were a guy, it's probably like being the butt of the jokes of a comedian and being in the front row seat. You go and see a comedy, you're at the front row seat and you are getting laid into as the easy target. That's kind of what it felt like. I went there expecting like a chick flick, light-hearted, everyone can laugh kind of thing, and I was literally like dodging shots from the hip as a man, and of course all the women in the cinema were absolutely heckling, but yeah, it was good. It was good. I'm not going to take anything away from the film. It was a great film, but it definitely had a persuasion to it. Watch it for yourself if you haven't and make your own mind up. Question number 9. Do you miss your old job? For those of you who don't know, I used to work in compliance in the city, a standard 9 to 5 corporate job. At the moment, my current job is literally like changing people's lives. I'm having an impact on the fitness industry. People are literally like transforming before my eyes in kind of mind and body, and so I feel much more fulfilled in my current job. I miss the people. I definitely miss the Thursday socials, going out in the city. That was like, there was definitely a buzz about that. And I don't really have colleagues at the moment, which can get a bit, lonely if you like. So you have to kind of keep yourself entertained. But the job itself, probably not. No offense to anyone I've worked for before. Final question, how to eat poison and still lose weight. Calculate your maintenance calories based on your muscle mass and your activity. Eat 80% of your nutrition in whole foods from the ground, as unprocessed as possible, and then enjoy the 20%. That's part of life, it's part of socials. And if you're able to do that, you should be able to make progress towards your goals and still be able to enjoy yourself within reason and enjoy your socials and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the 10 questions done. Hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned a little bit more about me and what I'm about. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Please comment below for the algorithm, it massively helps. The next video will be out on Sunday, and that will be the first of my prep series. Stay tuned.